to feed circling above me, and I ask him what I need or what it means to house a breathing body. Floating with my back way down below me, I'm an insect biting its own tail internally. For some time the world has seemed quite far away. Most of the time I just don't know if I'm awake. Don't know if you're okay, but I've been so afraid. I've been in my way of anything happening. What's it mean to memorize a mouth? And I've inherited the silence, so the silence, so the silence of this house. Lately when I'm staring at myself, I'm terrified to find that for the first time I am really no one else. For some time the world has seemed quite far away. Most of the time I just don't know if I'm awake. There's a hawk looking to feed circling above me, and I ask him what I need or what it means means